Okay, let's dive right into this, where we're unpacking the fascinating evolution of seriously one of the most advanced pieces of aerospace engineering on the planet, the Eurofighter Typhoon. Originally, this jet was built purely for high-altitude dogfighting, but recently, it's been transformed into a highly versatile, heavy precision bomber. So today, we're literally cracking open its technological toolbox to see exactly how they pulled this off. Here's our roadmap for today. Number 1, fighter turned precision bomber. 2, automated GPS targeting. 3, dynamic helmet visor tech. And 4, pinpoint laser precision. All right, section 1, fighter turned precision bomber. Let's look at this evolution. The foundational shift here is just profound. For years, we all knew the Eurofighter primarily as an air-to-air dogfighter, right? But modern battlefields demand extreme versatility. So aerospace engineers completely transformed it into a heavy precision bomber. It's a dedicated, highly engineered capability that fundamentally changes how this jet is deployed in ground attack scenarios. And that brings us to a very, very important number: 4. Thanks to the Eurofighter's immense engine thrust, it has the sheer brute power to carry 4 heavy, smart bombs simultaneously. Carrying this kind of massive payload while still flying like a nimble fighter jet, that is exactly what makes it such a formidable precision bomber. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the anatomy of this payload. Mounted right under the wings, these definitely aren't your old-school gravity bombs. Built directly into the front are 2 absolutely critical pieces of tech: a laser seeker and a GPS control system. This dual guidance brain, so to speak, is what actually steers the bomb, making the Eurofighter a true multi-tool in the sky. Moving on to Section 2, automated GPS targeting. Let's talk about the fire and forget system. So GPS targeting relies entirely on pre-programmed data for drops from medium to high altitudes. Basically, the pilot types in the exact coordinates, drops the payload, and just leaves. Zero visual contact with the ground is required. This means this specific tool can be used through the absolute thickest cloud cover, or even heavy storms, keeping the pilot completely out of sight and, more importantly, safely out of range from any ground threats. To put that into perspective, just look at the data from a recent practice run. They use these non-explosive blue practice bombs. The bombs were released from a staggering 12 kilometers away. And the results? The first bomb was a perfect hit. The second one missed absolute center by just 2 meters. 2 incredibly precise strikes from 12 kilometers out, relying purely on pre-programmed GPS. That's just wild. Okay, Section 3, dynamic helmet visor tech. On-the-fly targeting. Now, imagine a pretty terrifying battlefield scenario. Ground troops are suddenly attacked. They need immediate close air support to survive, but the ambush is a total surprise. The pilots are already in the air, they get called in to help, but they don't know beforehand which direction they have to fly, what exactly to expect on the ground, and crucially, they do not have any pre-programmed coordinates. So how on earth does a precision bomber operate when there's literally zero target data? Well, and this brilliantly illustrates the jet's capability. Here is where it gets incredibly sci-fi. The pilot actually has to become the targeting computer. Step 1, they drop below the clouds to get visual contact. Step 2, the pilot looks down through this highly specialized visor built right into their helmet. Step 3, they just look at the target to place the visual crosshairs. Instantly, and I mean instantly, the jet calculates the exact coordinates based solely on where the pilot's head is pointing and then transmits that data straight to the bomb. The pilot's eyes literally become the laser pointer. And that leads us to Section 4, pinpoint laser precision. As they take off for live ordnance testing, we really have to consider a major tactical vulnerability. What if the enemy jams, disrupts, or, spoofs the GPS signal with fake data? Without GPS, a purely automated bomber is rendered completely blind. It's a massive problem. But this is exactly where the jet's alternate tools come in to save the day. We already know the GPS system is weather independent and fire and forget. But when GPS goes down, the pilot seamlessly switches to real-time laser targeting. Now, yeah, this does require clear weather and a visual line of sight, but the trade-off is incredible: real-time accuracy. It is highly effective for engaging small, fast-moving targets, even something as small as a passenger car. The sheer scale of this technology is just staggering. Flying up to 10 kilometers in the sky, which, by the way, is the cruising altitude of a commercial airliner, the pilot uses a laser to lock onto a moving car way down on the ground. The laser detects, measures, and records the exact distance in fractions of a second, immediately programming the live bomb under the wing. Once dropped, it just rides that data straight to the target. No further corrections needed whatsoever. So the crucial point is, it really all boils down to this. The Eurofighter Typhoon is absolutely Europe's multi-tool for air combat. Whether it's relying on GPS from 12 kilometers out in a raging storm, using a high-tech helmet visor to instantly save troops under fire, or dropping a laser-guided payload onto a moving target from the stratosphere when GPS is jammed, this aircraft adapts to the absolute chaos of war in fractions of a second. It's literally a masterclass in combining raw thrust with dynamic software. Which leaves us with this final thought for you guys. With military hardware becoming this incredibly adaptable, turning a single platform into a massive multi-role problem solver, what complex challenge will aerospace engineering tackle next? Definitely something to think about.